Hi all, welcome back to the new video. So basically in the last video I have completed the operators in C language, isn't it? So in my previous classes, as you have noticed, I was trying to give some contents by writing the things on my own. So I might have some I might have missed some contents, isn't it? So I find that if I'll go with the contents of W3 schools, then definitely it will be beneficial for all of you. Because see, it's just like a website where different technical contents are available. So like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SQL, Python, lot many technical contents are here. Okay, with the contents starts from a very basic or beginner level and it goes up to the very advanced level. Okay, so I thought I'll go with the contents of W3 schools so that we can cover up much more things here in the classes, because I know definitely if I'll suggest you guys, you just go through the contents of W3 schools, nobody will go through it, isn't it? So I decided no, I'll go with the contents of this website so that we can cover up much more things, isn't it? Okay, so let's start with the contents of booleans. Okay, if I'll zoom out this, see, um, from home or from intro part to operator, I think the things that I have covered in the classes, that is enough for you. So we'll start with the contents of booleans from this website. Okay, from booleans and different contents are there, like for loop, break, continue, array, strings, lot contents are there. Okay, we'll discuss each and every concept and we'll go into the depth and we'll definitely try to cover up it. Okay, so let me zoom in this so that it would be visible to all of you, isn't it? Because in my video I was checking the uh, text are very small, isn't it? Okay, so booleans. Very often in programming, you will need a data type that can only have one of two values, like yes or no, on, off, true or false, isn't it? In our real life also, we need different kind of conversation where only one of two values should be applicable, isn't it? Have you if I'll ask you some question and you have to answer it like yes or no, on or off, true or false, so in such cases booleans are basically applicable. Okay, booleans means what? It has uh, you know it can only have one value at a time. Out of two values, one value should be applicable. Okay, like if I'll ask you, do you go to school, do you go to college, yes or no, you have to just answer it, that's it. So boolean talks about only one value out of two. Okay, so for this, C has a bool data type. What is the data type? That is bool data type. Okay, which is known as booleans. So that values are called as boolean values. Okay, and the data type is bool data type. So booleans represent one of two values, true or false, yes or no, on or off, kind of. Okay, but here in C language, it represent all the values in two format, like true or false, true or false. Okay, so in C language, the bool type is not a built-in data type like int or char. Int or char is what? These are all built-in data type, isn't it? These are already made by the founder or who have um, write this C language. It's not a built-in data type. Okay, previously it was not there, like from the beginning it was not there, so that's why it's not a built-in data type. Okay, it was introduced in C99 and you must import the following header file to use it. If you want to use this boolean variables or values, you have to import this library. Has include stdbool.h, standard bool.h. .h means what? Header file. So it was introduced in C99. Okay, and you have to import it because it's not a built-in data type, because in built-in data type you no need to import any particular header file, but for boolean data type specifically you have to import a header file, that is has include standard bool.h. Standard bool.h. A boolean value is declared with a bool keyword and can take the values true or false. So this boolean variable should be declared with bool keyword. Okay, however the integer, like suppose we want to give some variable whose data type would be like integer or char, then which keyword we have to mention? Definitely int or char. So like that only, if you want to declare a particular variable as a bool type, then you have to use a keyword that is bool. Okay, then see here, bool is programming fun, whose value is true. Bool is fish tasty, whose data type was bool data type, and it is false. Okay, the fish was not tasty, so the value is false. Before trying to print the boolean variables, you should know that boolean values are returned as integers. Whether we are writing some values at true or false, but whenever we are trying to print the boolean variables, then it returns the integer value. Okay, and they will ask any integer value it would return? No, only 0 and 1 it would return. 1 for true and 0 for false. Okay, no other values, no other integer values except 1 or 0. It doesn't show any kind of integer value, only 1 and 0. 1 for true, 0 for false. Okay, therefore you must use the %d format specifier to print a boolean value. If you want to print a particular boolean value, what format specifier you have to use? %d. Why? Because it returns the value as integer. Okay, it returns the value as an integer, and as we know, for integer we use the format specifier that is %d, isn't it? So for that we are using this format specifier %d for bool also. Okay, then see here, one program is there, like bool is programming fun is true, bool is fish tasty false. Okay, here two boolean variables are created and we have mentioned the values also, isn't it? True and false are the values, means we have initialized the variable, boolean variable, with a value. Okay, that is true or false. Then how it would return? See, printf %d is programming fun. What it would return? It would return 1. Okay, for is fish tasty, the value was false. We have initialized the value as false, but whenever we are going to print the value of a boolean variable, it would return the integer value, that is 1 or 0. 1 for true and 0 for false. Shall we try? See here, one try it yourself button would be there. Whenever you will click on that, so it will re-render to like a the compiler, online compiler. I think previously we have discussed about online compiler, how it works, isn't it? So it would directly open a online compiler. Okay, so see here, let's start with the program. Has include standard io.h for input output. This is a standard library we have mentioned there, and as we are using the boolean values, isn't it, what we have to do first? We have to import it. Why we have to import? Because these are not built-in data types. Okay, like integer and char, bool is not a built-in data type. It was introduced in C99, isn't it? So in main function we are mentioning like bool is programming fun is true and bool is fish tasty is false, and we are printing it %d/n is programming fun. This is giving as 1, and is fish tasty, it's giving as 0. Okay, if I'll change this, just a second. See, if I'll change the value, okay, is programming fun? False. Programming is not fun. Then what the value would be? 0 and 0. 0 and 0. If you want to change something in the code, you can change, you can edit, and after editing or changing the code, you will click on the run. Without clicking, you will not get the exact output. So no need to save, like no need to save this program. Simply just after editing the code, whatever you want to change in the code, you just change it and you just click the run button here above, and it will get the exact output. Okay, see, 0 and 0. Okay, go back. However, it's more common to return a boolean value by comparing values and variables. So whenever we are comparing some values or variables, so at that time it returns the boolean values. Okay, mostly comparing cases, isn't it? Okay, like comparing means 5 is greater than 3, 3 is greater than 5, true or false the values are returning. No, these are all in boolean format. Okay, boolean value is returns. Comparing values and variables. Comparing values are useful in programming because it helps us to find the answer and make the decision. In decision making, as it's, I think it's not covered yet. So whenever we are comparing some variables, the values, so at that time, um, basically we use this boolean value. For example, you can use a comparison operator such as greater than operator to compare two values. How to compare two values? Here we have some comparison operator, isn't it? Greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, not equal to, equal, equal, isn't it? So see, printf, in printf we are mentioning like percentile d for format specifier, isn't it? 10 is greater than 9, yes or no? Yes, true. So the value would be 1. It would return 1. See, it's returning 1, isn't it? Okay. Here also same example. In variable we are storing 10, and for y we are storing 9. So in printf we are trying to print it. So what would be the result? 10 is greater than 9, yes or no? Yes. So it will return 1. These are same like different uh, examples are there. Okay, so after covering some contents, here some exercise are there, you can just try. Okay, what is boolean data type in C used for? Storing floating point number, storing whole number, storing true or false values, storing characters. I think C. Let me check. Submit the answer, and yeah, correct. Next question. Okay, in boolean only. How are boolean value represented in C? 1 for true, 0 for false, true for true, false for false. Any non-zero values for false, 0 for true. Only integer can be used as boolean values. I think 1 for true and 0 for false. Let me check. Yeah, correct. Next question. Okay. What is the result of the following example? Printf percentile d 15 greater than 5. Yeah, it would be 1, isn't it? 15 is greater than 5. Condition true. Sorry, actually, I clicked on, so answer. Okay, so for this, we can check the answer also. Suppose we'll get stuck in some questions. At the time, we can check the answer, how, you know, the answer would be that particular value. We can check it. Okay, so here I think below the button would be there, submit button. Okay, shall we go to next question? Okay, What is the result of the following example? Printf percentile d 5 is greater than 5. 5 is greater than 5? No, these are equal. So the result would be false. Submit answer. Correct. Again, we have to move to the next. I think here the value would be 1 because 10 equal 10. Yes. True. So result would be 1. Correct. Next question. It's little bit interesting, isn't it? After discussing some contents, we're trying to resolve some questions. So here some statements are there. Bull is hamburger tasty? True. Bull is pizza tasty? True. Percentile d is hamburger tasty? The value is true. Equal to true. Yeah, condition true. So the result would be 1. Okay. Let me click the submit answer and the answer is correct. Next question. What will be the following code output? Here the x is 10, y is 9. 10 greater than y. Condition true. So the result would be 1. 1 or true. See, we can initialize with the value as true or false, but the return statement would be 0 or 1 for Boolean. Okay. So let me check. Yeah. Congratulations, you have completed the exercise. That means 4 to 5 questions should be there for each and every concept. After covering up all the concept, just go for exercise so that all the things would be fit in your mind. Okay, you'll never get some confusion on that concept. Okay, let me go back. I think here Boolean is done, isn't it? So we can go to the next part of Booleans, that is real life examples. Okay, what is real life example? See, here 2 examples are there. Like let's think of a real life example where we need to find out if a person is old enough to vote or not. This is a very common questions. Okay, in I think conditional operator, and I think in conditional statement this is the most common question, like you are eligible to vote or not. Okay, see one example they have mentioned, like my age is 25. Okay, and voting age is 18. Okay, I think almost you have an idea, like at what age we are eligible for voting, isn't it? I think 18. So my age is 25 and the voting age is 18. So in printf it is printing that my age is greater than equal to voting age. If it returns true, that means you are allowed to vote. And if your age would be less than this voting age, then you are not eligible to vote for the country or the nation. Okay, so this is a first example. We can try. What would be the value for this? Can you guess? Can you just guess what would be the value? So the value would be, I think, 1, because my age is greater than equal to voting age. So it would return 1. Next example is, see here if else condition is there. Okay, so same example, like my age is 25 and the voting age is 18, and we are just comparing the values by using if else condition. Okay, if my age greater than equal to voting age, if it would be true, then this statement would be print, like old enough to vote. And if this statement would be false, then the value would be like the statement would be not old enough to vote. Let's say here 25 and 18 are there. Let me try. We have to click to try it yourself. Okay, so here is the whole code, has include stdio.s. This is the standard library of C language, and from main function, okay, we'll start executing the program. So here 2 variables are there, my agent, voting age. So we are declaring the variable and we are initializing with value. My age is 25, voting age is 18, and we are just comparing it by using if else condition. In a if statement, we are just checking if my age is greater than equal to voting age, then the statement would be old enough to vote, and if not, then you are not old enough to vote. Okay, and when we are running it, the output is old enough to vote. Okay, the output would be old enough to vote. If I'll change this age from 25 to 5 years old, then what would be the statement? Not old enough to vote. Okay, not old enough to vote. Did you get the point? Because see here, we are just taking some real life example that how the boolean value works. Okay, so boolean value, how it works, did you get any um clarity on that? I think so you are getting it, because it's very easy, very simple, isn't it? Okay, let me go back. We have completed the boolean section. Okay, so I think this is enough for this video. We'll discuss much more things in the next video. Bye.